나 다툼 전했다.
아, 그래? 군대 이야기 그만해. 군대 이야기 그만해.
그거 안 된다. 그거 안 된다.
이거는 이제 약간 좀 신선한 어떤 이제 노이즈였던 거고, 실질적으로 이제 국내에서 뭔가 우리가 처음 이제 뭔가 인기를 갖다가
Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. Since BTS's emergence on the global stage, the members' relationships have always been one of the biggest draws for fans. However, among all these bonds, one relationship that continues to spark curiosity, long discussions, and deep emotions is the one between Jimin and Jungkook, better known as Jikook. More than just a casual interaction between two bandmates, this relationship feels different, deeper, more personal, and often raises questions that never really have definitive answers. Until finally, recently, the word confirm began to resonate among fans, sparking a massive reaction worldwide. Major headlines appeared, old clips went viral again, and every word from Jimin and Jungkook was scrutinized. Many asked, had Jikook finally admitted how close their relationship really was? And if so, what exactly did they mean by intimate? Is this simply a strong emotional closeness? Or is there something deeper that has been hinted at through glances, small gestures, and meaningful silences? Interestingly, Jimin and Jungkook themselves never use sensational words. There are no exaggerated statements, no claims that spark controversy. On the contrary, their honesty emerges through simple moments. In several interviews and official content, Jungkook has openly referred to Jimin as the person he relies on most emotionally. He doesn't talk about fame or the big stage, but rather about the long nights, mental exhaustion, and pressures that aren't visible to the camera. It's in moments like these, according to Jungkook, that Jimin's presence becomes truly meaningful. Jimin, in his own gentle way, often expresses how Jungkook is not just a younger brother to him, but also someone he protects and understands deeply. His tone of voice changes when talking about Jungkook, as if there's an added layer of emotion he doesn't reveal when discussing other subjects. Many fans feel that this is where the real confession lies. Not in one big sentence, but in the consistency of emotion that has remained unchanged over the years. Their relationship blossomed under the global spotlight, yet they maintained an unbreakable private space. They shared grueling practice sessions, grand stages, public criticism, and the pressure of global expectations. All of this formed a bond that couldn't be compared to a regular relationship. When Jungkook spoke about feeling most himself when he was with Jimin, many felt it was the purest form of honesty an artist could express in an industry as big as K-pop. The word intimate itself is often misunderstood. In the context of Jikook, intimacy is more about emotional closeness, security, and total trust. This is evident in the way they interact without words, from small habits like finding each other in a crowd, to the comfortable silence when the cameras are no longer focused on them. There's no coercion, no contrived roles. Everything flows naturally, as if the relationship has become part of their individual identities. Longtime fans have noticed that this dynamic didn't emerge suddenly.
이거 보니까 약간 옛날 우리 타임스퀘어에서 막 그런 거. 아, 락킹 이브. 맞아. 그런 거 했을 때도 기억나네. 와, 그때.
진짜 더 무서울 것 같은데. 자첸?
뭐 형이 하고 싶은 대로 바꿔서?
Since their trainee days, Jimin and Jungkook have displayed a unique closeness. Jungkook, still very young at the time, found someone he could lean on, while Jimin found someone he could care for with care. Over time, those roles evolved, transitioning, and becoming more balanced. This is what made many feel that their relationship was not only strong, but also mature. When rumors flared up again and the public demanded answers, Jimin and Jungkook chose to remain honest without having to explain everything. They didn't deny their closeness, often even affirming it, while maintaining a healthy boundary between their private lives and public consumption. This attitude actually strengthened the belief of many fans that what they had was something real and valuable, not just a narrative created for entertainment. What made Jikook's story so powerful was its sincerity. There was no need to prove anything. There was no desire to convince the world. They were simply themselves, and in the process, they demonstrated that intimate relationships don't always need to be explained in words. Sometimes just being present, small gestures, and a mutual understanding that doesn't need to be flaunted is enough. In an industry that often demands a perfect image, Jimin and Jungkook showed a rarely seen humanity. They were tired, they had doubts, they supported each other. And perhaps that's where the confirmation lies. The biggest difference lies. Not in official statements, but in the consistency of their attitudes over the years. In the way they continue to choose each other as their home, even as the world continues to change.
오게 뭐예요, 오게? 제가 짜면 돼요? 예. 시킨 대로 할 거예요? 아니요. 그만 안 할래요.
두 분이 숨긴 게 굉장히 가깝게 있어요.
어디야? 어디 숨고 있어?
다른데요? 그래요? 다른데 됐어요.
이런 케첩 아닙니까?
맞아요.
In the end, did Jikook admit how intimate their relationship truly is? The answer might not come in the form many expected. But for those who truly paid attention, the answer was already there. In the trusting gazes, in the small smiles that only appear when they're together, and in the silences that feel more honest than 1,000 words. And perhaps, that's precisely the beauty of Jikook's true relationship. Simple, sincere, and unproven. And perhaps it's at this point that we need to pause. Not to seek definitive answers, but to understand one simple thing. The relationship between Jimin and Jungkook was never built to be proven to the world. It grew slowly, over time, through exhaustion, laughter, and silences that only the two of them understood. No matter what labels people try to assign, one thing is undeniable. There's honesty, there's security, and there's a bond that endures even when the cameras are off. And perhaps that's the most tangible form of closeness two people can have, having been together for too long to be considered mere coincidence. If you feel it too, if you see that sincerity between them, then you're not alone. Many of us have stuck with this story not because of rumors, but because of the real emotions. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments, because every perspective is valued here. If you want to continue following Jikook stories, analysis, and meaningful moments, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. See you in the next video, because as long as Jimin and Jungkook continue to walk together, the story will never truly end.